Valley Tigers. Number 6, Keely Schwegenborg. Number 10, Scarlett Dunkel. Number 11, Rudy Leon. Number 13, Cassie Musser. Number 50, Kendall Eston. Number 16, Bryn Everett. Number 17, Mara Hart. Number 20, Elliot Brett. Number 21, Lillian Stanek. Number 25, Kaylin White. And number 27, Murphy McAndrew. The assistant coaches for the Tigers, Brad Rose and Randy Greenberg. And now, here is the starting lineup for the West Des Moines Valley Tigers. Batting first, playing second base, number 1, Carrie Rose. Batting second, the designated player, number 2, Campbell Broderick. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Elsa Hervey. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 23, Bryn Simula. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 22, Millie Finn. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 19, Ella Brower. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 12, Manny Swampy. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 5, Jordan Huffman. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 7, London Rose. The next player for the Tigers this afternoon, playing center field, number 4, Chris Rimmick. The head coach for the West Des Moines Valley Tigers is Tom Bakey. And now let's meet the officials for today's game. Down the first baseline, Travis Cheezick. Down the third baseline, Chris Kinsey. And calling the balls and strikes, Ryan Christner. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play state tournament softball.
It is time to go here on the elimination side of the bracket. 3-seeded Valley takes on 7-seeded Dowling Catholic. The winner goes on to tomorrow and hangs on for an extra day here in Fort Dodge while the loser heads home. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson along with you here. Two teams that played two very different games yesterday, Dar, all things considered. Dowling Catholic struggled against Ankeny Centennial, a couple home runs by the Jags, a 12-2 loss, while Valley was in a marathon with Southeast Polk and just flat out got outrun at the end, 13-8. Things set up very interesting for, again, two very similar to CIML foes.
Yeah, for Dowling Catholic, they had just 3 hits in that ball game, while Valley had 9 hits, including 3 homers in that one. So it's going to be a matter of can Dowling keep up with the slugging, Valley here today in this matchup. And let's see, they played
3 times this year.
Yeah, and was it
Dowling Catholic took 1 out of the 3.
Yeah.
31-7, Valley leads Dowling since 2012. Let's take a look at the Sukup team comparison brought to you by our friends over at Sukup. Both these two teams fairly even, all things considered. Dowling Catholic hit a couple more home runs than what we've seen out of Valley. It's the runs against that's really the one that stands out, Dar, in that team ERA. Dowling gives up about 6 runs per contest, Valley just 2.6. Now, granted, Valley gave up 13 yesterday. Yeah. Dowling gave up 13.
But then that was against the number 2 seed, yeah.
Yes, but these are two teams that really have to put yesterday behind them and settle in because today has to be better.
Yeah, you can't think back to that. You got to now, it's win now or go home, as you said. And so, yeah, and the stats-wise, batting and pitching, a little edge to Valley. So we'll see how it all works out in the end here.
If we got it, let's take a look at the starting lineup for both teams today and who goes into what. We will start out with either Dowling or Valley. Pull up whatever. Dowling Catholic. Abby Johnson's going to lead things off with Kylie Matejski, Grace Nagel, Lilith Lively, Hannah Walt, and Alex Curtin. A couple of those numbers going up through the way and how their batting averages shake out. Let's take a look at the Valley Tigers. Again, a team, Dar, that was able to get bats on balls. It's just defensively didn't show. Carrie Rose leads the way for Valley.
Yeah, and she's been she had a couple she had a double, and she had 2 for 2, and really just got them going. Got stranded a couple times, but yeah, she's that leadoff batter that gets on base. The biggest difference today, it's 77, feels like 79. Yesterday it was 95, felt like 105, up to 106 at times. So, you know, you could probably hear a little more fan noise because we have the window open today where we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also helps out these pitchers. We saw a lot of pitchers struggle with grip, the sweat, and everything else today. Obviously going to be a little bit better. Now, granted, we're on turf, so it still might be a little bit warmer. But we'll see how everything shakes out. Maddie Zlomke is in the circle today. Yesterday kind of went in and out of action, but definitely not her standard up-to-par game that we saw from the Valley Tiger.
No, she pitched 5.33 innings, gave up 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 2 homers. And, again, against the number 2 seed. And so, yeah, she was out, came back in late, and so we'll see how she comes back out today.
Abby Johnson will lead things off for the Dowling Catholic Maroons as the elimination game gets rolling here at the bottom of the bracket. Winner advances on to play tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The loser will go home, and their state tournament comes to an end. As that first pitch is inside for ball 1. Brian Christner back behind the dish, calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. And this one, that pitch is going to drop in for strike 1 for Maddie Zlomke. Zlomke, it was so out of character yesterday. I think this is a day to reset.
And she particularly had the trouble, it seemed like, with getting a grip in that, as both pitchers in that game did. I mean, just so humid out.
That pitch going to go outside. Abby Johnson, an all-conference, all-stater. Leads team in all offensive categories. She's headed to Luther to continue her collegiate career. She swings and misses at that slow ball right down the middle, and it's 2-2. Good start for Zlomke.
And that seems like in that game yesterday, she didn't get a chance to change the speeds up much because she was getting behind to the hitters.
Valley in the dark black pinstripes. Dowling Catholic in the maroon pinstripes this afternoon. It'll be a full count to start things out at 3 balls and 2 strikes up against Abby. And here comes the full count by Zlomke, and this one's chopped short. Going to be just bouncing foul out of play, and it'll do it again at 3-2.
Yeah, and Lily Finn came in and thinking, do I feel that? And then now let's let it go foul.
It was going to be a tough play if she wanted to catch and turn and go.
If she peeled, Rose was coming over to cover, but it was going to be a tight play to pick that up and throw it. So smart move there.
We'll try it again. Couple long at-bats yesterday for both these two teams. Looks like that might continue into today. 3-2. This one's going to be fouled out to right once again.
The fans scrambling over there.
Strong contingency of Valley and Dowling fans. How fitting these two teams found each other here in the state tournament for arguably one of the state's best rivalries in any sport. Count remains full. Zlomke looking for the punch out. That one's lined to left field. That's going to get down for a hit. It's going to go all the way to the fence, and Abby Johnson turns on first. Going to get all the way to second. Stand-up double for Abby Johnson, and Dowling's cooking here at the top of the first inning.
That's the first time I've seen that spray of the chips out of the field into this artificial turf. She hit that so hard that when it came down, it just went, and then it scooted out there. So good leadoff.
It's a Channel Seeds extra base hit. All extra base hits today brought to you by our friends over at Channel Seeds. Channel Seed, the enhanced Channel Seed brand, is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Dowling's in business with a runner on second, and this one's popped up to shallow left, and this is going to be hauled in by the shortstop. That was Kylie Matejski who was up to bat. 1 pitch, 1 out for the shortstop.
London Rowe with a nice catch there.
Grace Nagel will now step up to bat. We'll see her in the circle in this bottom inning.
0 for 1 in yesterday's matchup.
She's headed to UNI to continue her collegiate career. She's got a runner up on second. That one catches the zone for Zlomke. No balls and 1 strike with a runner in scoring position. And that trend continues yesterday, Dart. We saw Valley give up a lot of first batter hits to start half innings. 0-1, and that's outside.
Yeah, that was a game where I think we only had 2 half innings, or maybe 3 where nobody scored.
Nobody scored in that Southeast Polk Valley game.
Yeah.
Southeast Polk scored every single half inning -1. This one's chopped short, caught on by the first baseman and on to first base. Out for out number 2, but that does advance the runner to third.
Well, you heard that. It went, it came off the handle there. And so it was just a slow roller, an easy play over there for Lily Finn at first.
Lively Hannah Waltz, the third baseman for Dowling, will now step up to bat.
She was 0 for 2 in yesterday's game.
Came into the tournament .316 batting average. Dowling a lot of first swings here in this first half inning.
Well, and that's the thing I think too. Yesterday, after only 3 hits, they want to get out there and jump early. And then, we talked about it. You've seen all these CML teams have seen each other 3 times at least. So they know.
Scouting report
yeah.
is short. 0-1 by Zlomke. And that one's just going to miss upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hannah Walt headed to Detroit Mercy to continue playing softball at the collegiate level. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and Dowling's got a runner on third here in the top of the first. This one's chopped foul, going to head right toward the dugout. A couple foul balls out rolling here. The wind whistling to left field this afternoon, 77 degrees.
Yeah, kind of blowing out of the northwest.
26-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of the northwest. This one's skied upwards towards shallow center field, and Romich comes up and makes the grab for out number 3. Valley does their job defensively. A sigh of relief after yesterday. Dowling leaves 1 on base, doesn't score any. To the bottom of the first we go. No score between Dowling and Valley. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Bottom of the first we go. No score between Dowling Catholic and West Des Moines Valley. Dowling on the pitching side now in a day that probably want to put in the rearview mirror pitching-wise. Yesterday, Centennial got the best of them. But with Nagel in the circle, a new chance at a new day.
Yeah, you can get to start over here, and Nagel took the loss at just 1.67 innings pitch, gave up 2 homers, struck out 1, walked 3. Carrie Rose, 2 for 2 with 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored yesterday in that ball game, including a double.
First baseman, third baseman playing in to start, and Rose slaps it right back up the middle. First pitch she sees is a single knock, and Rose is on with the single. Coach Bakey in his 30th season coaching, 20 state tournament appearances for the Valley Tigers, 23rd overall for the school. Dowling Catholic making their 2nd straight trip here to Fort Dodge, 17th overall in school history. Campbell Broderick now up to bat with a runner on first base, and again, Dowling's infield plays in. Broderick lines it right past into the gap in right field. Kari Rose turns on it and goes all the way to third. Broderick will back up to first base. Runners will be at the corners with nobody out for the Valley Tigers.
So Broderick was 1 for 2 yesterday. The run scored, a sac bunt, stolen base.
The bats are moving early for the Valley Tigers.
Yeah, exactly the way you want to start. Of course, yesterday it was back and forth for like the first 3 innings, and then around the 4th, they couldn't get the hits.
Ilsa Hervey now up to bat. She homered yesterday.
Yep.
Trying to keep
4 with a homer and a run scored.
Valley in the ball game. She's got runners at the corners with nobody out. And that one by Nagel just misses inside.
Drove in 3 runs with that homer.
One ball, no strikes here for Nagel in the circle. An infield playing up. And another one right down the middle. Broderick turns on it from second. Runners again at the corners. It's an RBI single for Ilsa Hervey. 3 batters, 3 hits for West Des Moines Valley. And they lead 1-0.
And 2 of them, well, mostly right to the right side there. They're just taking the ball right there, going with it. And we'll get a courtesy runner.
That is going to be Cassie Musser, the junior, going to come on and run. That's an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. All substitutions brought to you by our friends over at IMT. And this brings up Bryn Cibula. With runners at the corner, same situation, still no outs.
Third baseman, she went 0 for 4 yesterday.
Came in hitting 404 as you saw there. Valley trying to keep it moving here in this bottom of the first as Nagel misses to the outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. I think all the strikes she has thrown have been hits. Valley's been on top of it. Runners continue to hold at the corners here with no outs. And the 1-0 by Nagel is a low one, but swung on and chopped foul by Cibula.
Kind of went, after a low pitch there. If anybody has a chip on the shoulder, probably Valley, because, they were the higher seed and they'd beaten Southeast Polk 3 times, thought they should have be playing on the winner's side today, but they've come out now here looking like, okay,
I talked about it the 3 times that these 2 teams have played this year. Valley's taken 2 out of 3, and one of those wins for Dowling was one of 7 that they've had since 2012. This has been a series dominated by Coach Bakey's Tigers. But it's the state tournament. Anything can happen. Dowling just a little bit behind the 8 ball here, trying to lock things down defensively. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes here for Nagel in the circle. And Cibula in the box. She reaches out to go get it. It's chopped short. They throw on to first.
Play.
They try to get the runner back at home, and they don't. So Cibula's sacrifice in a way works. And Valley makes it 2-0. Boy, Broderick was a little late. I think it was a closer play at the plate than they wanted.
Yeah.
But Curtin just a little high on the tag. Brings up first baseman Lily Finn, who also homered yesterday.
Yep. 1 for 3 with a homer, run scored, 3 RBI.
So runner down just up on second base here for Valley with just 1 out down. And one of your power hitters, Lily Finn, up to bat. Lily came in hitting .324, 9 home runs on the season for the junior. The 0-1, boy, she took a strong hack at it, but it fouls it, and it's 0-2. Valley seeing the ball well here for the most part, wanting to swing.
Yeah. And they, except for a couple pitches here, they've been holding off and not going for the low stuff, but first time we've seen a batter get behind here.
Still just 1 out. Valley trying to keep the scoring moving here. A 2-0 advantage here on the bottom of the first. Here comes the 0-2, and that one just going to miss to make it 1-2.
That outside corner has been one that's produced a lot of strikes, but you must have seen there it was low.
Grace Nagel trying to look for a punch out here to help her out with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And just missing. It'll be 2-2.
It looked like took a little off that one.
Lily Finn going to stay patient here at the plate. And she tries to help Valley move this inning along here with a runner in scoring position. 2-2. And goes full at 3-2 for Nagel.
Very patient here after falling behind. And now Nagel's going to have to come back at her.
Another long at bat here between these two. Coach Bakey's group's always pretty good at drawing walks. 127 walks coming into the tournament compared to Dowling's 96. 3-2 pitch. This one set on a rocket to the third baseman. They get a double play out of it, and Dowling Catholic gets away with just giving up 2 thanks to the heads-up play by Lively Hannawalt. A perfect double play off the bats. 2-0 is your score. We head to the top of the second. Valley leads over Dowling.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
But to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
West Des Moines Valley leading 2-0 over Dowling Catholic here as we start the top of the second. Alex Curtin, the catcher, stepping up to bat here for the Bruins. They trail 2-0 here in the early goings.
1 for 2 yesterday, Curtin was.
One of those games where Dowling just kind of put the first inning behind them, kind of reset, lock back in. Elimination game. Winner advances to tomorrow. The loser is headed home. The rest of the schedule here in Class 5A, we have Centennial Southeast Polk on the winner side of the bracket coming up next. And then the nightcap tonight, Dallas Center Grimes takes on Cedar Rapids Kennedy. That one's lined right to the third baseman. It's dropped and easily on to first base is Curtin. That was going to be a tough play either way for Sebula out there in third. Just kind of a weird bobble, Dar.
Yeah, and the way it came off that bat, it just boomed.
So second hit of the day for Dowling. They started out with that double thanks to Abby Johnson on the opening batter.
Yep.
And couldn't do anything with it. As we're going to have a runner out for Dowling. I believe number 13.
Yep, that's
Cooper Mole, the 8th grader, out there to run for Dowling.
Number 13, Cooper Mole. Now batting
Brings up
for
Jovi
the
Evans.
Number 18, Jovi Evans.
Cooper Mole almost takes off, decides less of it, gets back to first base. Jovi, also an 8th grader, came in as a 211 hitter. She did pitch yesterday.
Yeah, she did not have an official at bat because they batted for her, I believe, didn't they? Yeah.
Swings back and fouls it. 1-1 is the count. And if you're Valley, this is such a big inning because yesterday you were able to put runs up.
Yeah, they got
but
3
it was
in the
just
first.
what you did on the defense.
Homer, and then, yeah, defensively they gave it right back.
Here comes the 1-1, and Zlomke just misses. It's 2-1. Big spot here for Evans, the designated player. Maggie Nagel, the center fielder, is on deck. 2-1. She shows bunt. Throw on to first base is going to be enough for the out, but it is enough to move the runner along. That's 1 out down, so the sac bunt works for Evans.
Nice stretch by Lily Finn over there to get the.
She almost came off the bat.
Yeah, just about.
But Jovi does her job and advances the runner up to second base. So second straight inning, Dowling's got a runner in scoring position. We're not able to bring Gabby Johnson around that first time.
Now batting for the Maroons, number 10, Maddie Nagel.
Maddie Nagel, the center fielder, now up to bat here for Dowling Catholic. Came in averaging near 500. She swings and misses at that one, took a big hack at it. She's headed to UNI to play for the Panthers for her collegiate career. No balls and one strike here with the runner up on second base and just one out down as Dowling tries to cut back into the 2-0 advantage. Another hard swing and a miss, and Zlomke's really liking the outside corner here up against Evans.
Yeah, against that lefty, they're getting that call. Against the righties, it's just all those.
The curve's working
off.
that time for Zlomke. Boy, Maddie would love to do it on her own here on this second batter. Here comes the 0-2. Does she go right back to it? She tried, but just a little too far out, and it's 1-2.
Nagel wasn't going to reach on that.
Valley continuing to play in here with Sabula at third base and Finn up on first. The 1-2 pitch, just going to miss upstairs. It'll be 2-2.
Giving her some out of the zone, hoping she'd go after it, but now do you come right back at her?
On two quick swings to start the at-bat.
Yeah.
Zlomke probably thought she would have it in the bag, but Nagel's done a good job fighting back. Here comes the 2-2, and again, that curve just missing outside. The count runs full at 3-2. Nicely done here by Nagel to fight back in the at-bat.
Yeah, that kind of broke early on her and didn't catch that corner. It broke in a little quickly. So Nagel's battled back here.
This be a heck of a win for Nagel here. 3 balls and 2 strikes with the runner up on second. Foul tips that one back.
A little change there on it. Trying to throw her off the timing, and she did just get a little under it.
A little longer at bat here with a couple balls and a couple fouls. Nagel knows the situation at hand. 3-2, lined right back up the middle. That's going to get down for a hit. Coach Parrott's going to send the runner. There will be a play at second, and it's safe anyway, so everybody's safe as Nagel got all the way around to second off the single, and it's a score for Cooper Mole, who was able to come home.
The issue there was London Rowe, the shortstop, kind of got blocked by the runner coming. It was legal, but she was heading looking for that ball, and she had to kind of wait for the runner to clear through there, and so then she didn't get as good a jump on that ball, and good base running by Curtin to get all the way around.
I was surprised. I thought Valley would go home with it, but deciding to try to get the runner at second, and they don't get that. Molly Garrison now steps up to bat with the lead chopped down to 1. 2-1 here in the top of the second.
Well, I'm assuming somebody made the call coming in and decided, hey, let's try to get the out at second.
This one's a short dropper right to Sabula. And that will be out number 2. That's the best case scenario for Valley. And Jesse Jefferson, the left fielder, now up to bat with 2 outs down. A runner still in scoring position up on second.
Jesse Jefferson.
Came in hitting .306 on the season. Swings at the first pitch she sees and fouls it back into the net.
And if she gets on, they can turn their lineup over here and go right back up to the top.
Get to Abby Johnson on deck, who doubled in her first at-bat. 0-1, and Zlomke gets it in there, and it's 0-2. Maddie looks a little bit more in control today, a little bit more relaxed in the circle.
And she didn't, when she came back in, she looked a little better too. She just got frustrated with not being able to control it as much.
The 0-2 pitch, lined right back up the middle. Here comes the runner to third. The play home at the plate, not in time, and Dowling Catholic has tied it. Off the bat of Jesse Jefferson.
That was a pretty piece of hitting. She took that bat and just pushed the ball right up the middle into the hole, and then a good base running again by Dowling to tie it up.
And if you're Valley, it just feels like yesterday.
Yeah, deja vu all over again. You score 2, they come back and score 2.
And Dowling keeps putting runners up on second base because now you go back to the top of the batting order and Abby Johnson, who doubled in her first at-bat. And now Jefferson sits up on second base.
Yeah, because that throw from the outfield came in a little high, so then Jefferson's able to advance.
Still 2 outs down. Valley trying to get out of this half inning as Lomke is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, and you got a dangerous leadoff batter here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
13 homers this year for Abby Johnson. Came in 39 RBIs into the state tournament. Just barely gets out of the way in time, and it's 1-1.
And that wind still pushing out, so
pushing to left
out
field.
to left.
Here comes the 1-1. Johnson was early on that one,
yeah,
and it's fouled. Shot by a fan over here on the left side.
She was thinking take it to left, but as you said, a little early.
That fan didn't even need the sucker. He said, I'm just going to give that right back. 1-2.
I was coming in over here and one came flying out and this lady picked it up and these kids just came like a pack of wolves over there. Can we have it? Can we have it? And so she gave it to one of them and he took off to the concession stand to get his free sucker.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And Zlomke just misses. Good eye by Abby Johnson. And the count runs full at 3-2. Boy, Dowling has just hung around here. Obviously been able to tie it.
Big pitch here.
Giving Maddie Zlomke nightmares. 3-2. This one pops short, and it'll be picked up by Carrie Rose. 1 left on, but 2 score. Dowling responds. It's 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Back here for the bottom of the second inning, West Des Moines Valley and Dowling tied at 2 apiece. As the Valley Tigers try to bring the offense back up, Isla Brower will be the first one up to bat here for the Tigers. Playing the left field for the Tigers today.
Brower had a home run yesterday. 2 for 3 with 2 RBI.
Good pitch by Nagel. Starts us off with the strike. Valley's offense trying to keep what's been happening here. Obviously, in the last 8 innings they've played, they've scored 10 runs. But that defensive side of the ball just has not been the standout for Valley up to this point. Brower is set back in with 1 ball and 1 strike here up against Nagel. As Nagel's working with Curtin here to figure out how she wants to go about it. That one's low, 2-1. Dowling a 20-16 record. Coming into the tournament, defeated Cedar Falls to get here to the state tournament 6-4. Tigers gave him a little bit of a scare there in that regional final. Holds back and it's 3-1. Valley took care of Des Moines Roosevelt 7-3. Good year by the Rough Riders. Finished ranked 10th in the final rankings of the season. It fell short. Here comes the 3-1 by Nagel. And this one's chopped and will not be caught. It is caught. It will not drop, as I should say. What a play by Matejski, who lays out to get it. Unbelievable extension by Matejski to go and get it, and one of the best players we've seen.
Well, and Hannawalt, the third baseman, was going back trying to see if she could get over her shoulder, and Matejski comes diving in. Wow.
Unbelievable effort by Matejski. And a big first out as Maddie Zlomke, the pitcher, steps up to bat.
Yeah, and that could be a momentum boost, too. Those big defensive plays can come back, help you out on the other side.
That turf kind of makes it a little easier to slide. You feel a little bit more cushion, maybe. She'll take it. Zlomke rips it to left, and that one's going to be caught. Dowling all over the place with Jesse Jefferson making the diving grab out in left field. Some flashing of the leather here for the Maroons.
Yeah, Zlomke was 2 for 4 yesterday. Just defensive plays.
Jordan Huffman now up to bat here for.
Because either one of those, that gets down the line, that might be 2 bases.
That's going a while.
This one here, if it scoots into the outfield, maybe not if she was there, but a couple of good defensive plays.
First pitch by Nagel, got it for strike one up against Huffman.
We know Valley was able to get some stuff going on 2 outs yesterday.
Yes.
So
2 outs did not matter for our games yesterday.
So they got to just come back out and say, hey.
Nagel tried the outside corner and missed. Huffman, the junior, 343 coming into the tournament, 12 RBIs to her credit. Trying to get Valley something here in the bottom of the second after a couple big defensive plays by the Maroons. Nagel, nice pitch, 1-2. Two outs, nobody on here. The 1-2 pitch to Huffman. Gives this thing a ride to center and roaming over to make the play. 3 up, 3 down, and in a very impressive fashion by the Maroons. We head to the top of the third, 2-2. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Bottom of the third inning on tap. West Des Moines Valley and Dowling Catholic tied at 2 apiece. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson along with you here this afternoon in this elimination game. The loser will see their week here in Fort Dodge come to an end. The winner advances and stays alive for another day. They'll play tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
We'll see here, Matejski, you often see great defensive play by a player. They come up to bat and they turn it into some offense. And a little momentum, you got to think swing to Dowling right now after that big defensive inning.
They're looking for something. That one is sent to left. That's going to get down. One hops the fence, and Matejski turns on it all the way to second. What a start once again. And again, first batter here in this half inning, and Dowling gets up to second base.
Second double of the day. Gabby Johnson led off the game with one. And got a pinch runner?
Still going to be, nope, still
No,
Matejski
still
out there. I think she was just dropping off gloves. So that brings up Grace Nagel, lined out in her first at-bat. With a runner in scoring position. Stop me if you've heard that before today for Dowling Catholic. Trailed 2-0 at the end of the first, put up 2 of their own in the second. And now with no outs, a runner in scoring position. Matejski and the Nagel sisters all going to UNI to play for the Panthers. Coach Bakey is going to call time, and we'll have a chat with his infield here as the count is at 2-0. Just kind of feels like yesterday, Dar, if you're a Valley fan.
Yeah, just you jump out. Okay, we want to jump on this, get a good start, but then Dowling comes right back, and so then Coach Bakey going to talk to him again and say, hey, let's put together some of our own defensive plays. And they're going to UNI. I think they'll still get to play. They play still a few games inside in the dome on the turf when those tournaments and stuff. I don't know all of them, do they?
No.
But, yeah, early season they go in the dome and play some of those tourneys, so they'll get to play on the turf over there.
So it's 2 balls and no strikes for Nagel. Dowling's got a runner in scoring position here, still nobody out. And Nagel, boy, Hoff thought she had that squared up. She fouls it back behind. Curious what Coach Bakey pushing the point across there in that last half huddle. This one's ripped to right, and it is caught. Out in right field, out for out number 1. That was a nice little grab by Jordan Huffman, just grabbing that before it hit the turf.
Matejski was smart enough. She didn't get too far off the bag because it came out pretty quick, and those are the ones sometimes.
Could have been an easy, quick double play.
Go with double play, but she didn't venture far off second base.
Lively Hannah Waltz. Now up to bat. And that one is low for Zlomke. But another one of those dangerous plays out to right. If you miss that with your glove,
coming in,
that's going all the way to the fence,
under,
and that's a possible triple upcoming for Nagel. So good play by Huffman. Here comes the bunt. Bunt is laid. Zlomke will throw on to first base. Did she get the runner?
Yeah.
No, she did not.
Pulled her off the bag.
It looked close. It was a little bit of a delay, but yeah.
He took a little time to see, and then
just barely pulled her off the bag. Coach Bakey might be making a change here. Or John, that's what he's going to do. He's going to talk to the umpire and see if he can get a reasoning here.
Score that as an error, which would be the second one for.
Now they're going to have a full meeting here to see if anybody saw anything else that could change the call.
Because he didn't right away. He waited.
No, it was a delay.
Because I know if you want to see it was clear. So now they're talking it over. That's the right thing to do.
I definitely feel like there was a slight hop.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see here. Oh, call is safe.
Yep.
So runners will be at the corners here with just 1 out. And Alex Curtin, who singled in our first at-bat, now up to bat.
Singled and scored.
Dowling trying to keep the pressure on here for the Maroons. With just 1 out down, 1 good base hit, you're bringing in a run. She shows bunt and pulls back last second. Runner was really slow off to second, and that's going to work out. Dowling does score the run. They do get the runner at second, but if you're Dowling, you'll take the score, 3-2.
Run to take the lead. Caught stealing is Hannah Wall.
So she did hold back, so it should be 1-0. So Curtin's still up to bat here. As Zlomke checking with the dugout here.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to try to bunt and maybe go the squeeze play there, but whatever it did, it worked. They got the run in.
Coach Parrott, he's being aggressive
Yeah.
here early. Anything he can do, he's sending his runners at any chance they get.
Well, you got to be, because, we know Dowling can hit the ball,
Yeah.
and they did yesterday. So
It wasn't a great jump at first, but it didn't have to be as long as Valley didn't pay attention to the runner on third.
Well, and she was even going to try to hang it up over there to make them throw there so they get the run in, They're willing to concede that out to get the run in and take the lead.
It works out.
So good strategery there,
Works
I guess.
out for the Maroons. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. In there for Zlomke, ties it back up at 2-2. Two outs down. Up low, it'll be 3-2. Base paths are cleared here.
Yeah, and here's where Dowling then now they can be a little more choosy, with the lead and stuff. They're don't have to go up there hacking away.
Full count pitch by Zlomke. This one's sent to center. Ramich comes under and dropped it. Runner takes off to second because no one's
cover.
there. And Alex Curtin all the way up to second base on the air. Ramich came running in and then just couldn't quite hang on to it.
She was worried about the collision, too, I think, because the shortstop coming out.
And I tell you what, that sun's, it's almost above them right now. Nowhere near setting yet here at 4:12 in the afternoon. So Dowling once again, a runner in scoring position, and Jovi Evans, who had a sacrifice bunt in the second, now comes up to bat. They bring out Cooper Mole for an IMT insurance substitution to come out and run on second base. Now Evans steps up to the plate. And holds back as that one's upstairs.
Yeah, and usually, that center fielder is going to call people off because that's usually their ball coming in, but it happened so quickly. She was just trying to read it and read where the shortstop was, and
pitch by Zlomke in there for a strike. Puts it at 1-1. Valley just trying to get out of here with just giving up one. And get back to work on offense. Evans rips it to left. Parrott's going to hold. And it's a single for Jovi Evans.
But advance the runners, keep it going.
That velo off the bat wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
Jovi.
It's weird that yesterday we didn't hear any of that punk and being off the bat to tell because the windows were closed, but yeah, that adds a little more to it. We can hear it pretty good and get an idea how hard that's coming off those bats.
We talked about it yesterday. 2 outs, it doesn't matter. Madison Nagel sets up to bat, and she singled right back up the middle in her first at-bat of the day.
Yeah, so what do? You let her hit away, or you try faking that bunt again and see if you can get him to throw?
See if you can get anything here.
Anything to get that runner in from third.
Swings at the first pitch she sees, and Valley able to grab it off the glove of Carrie Rose. A couple left on, one scores. Dowling Catholic leads over Valley 3-2. We'll see you in the bottom of the third.
Top of the third inning for Dowling Catholic.
2 hits.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Dowling Catholic, the 7 seed, leads 3-seeded Valley here in this elimination game, 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. Valley going to try to get some offense back rolling here.
Yeah, they start with the bottom of the lineup, then we'll turn it over here. So And Coach Bakey probably said, no, come on, let's just focus again.
Grace Nagel still in the circle. This is London Rowe, the shortstop, up to bat here.
Yeah, that first inning, they got a couple hits together and scored, and then the double play took them out of the inning, and then the defensive play the next inning for Dowling.
1-0 pitch, and Rowe, big swing, foul tip back, 1-1. She really liked what she saw, but foul tip back sets it, and it's 1-1. It was a 3-up, 3-down last half inning for Valley on the offensive end. They started the game with 3 straight hits. There's a swing and a miss on a slow ball there. It's 1-2.
Yeah, pulled the string on that one a little bit.
Valley led 2-0 at the end of the first. Dowling responded with 2 of their own in the second, now 1 here in the third. Nagel looking for the punch out, 1-2, and just misses upstairs. Wind continues to whip out to left field here. 26-mile-an-hour wind gusts as we started this afternoon.
Feels pretty good.
It does.
I came out of the hotel and up there where it's windy and whoa, do I need a jacket? It's just so much difference from today and yesterday.
It's almost a 15-20 degree difference temperature-wise from what we saw yesterday.
Heat index, yeah.
And that cold front came through when you and I left here last night. It was significantly cooler. Full count with the 3-2. This one chopped back up the middle, caught on the hop and throwing on to first. Matejski at shortstop. Boy, Darcy has made so many great plays today.
Yeah, and that's why you have that shortstop who can range, you pick it up, throw it on the run.
To the top of the batting order we go, Carrie Rose, who singled in her first at-bat of the afternoon. This is where Valley wants to be in a way. Like I said, those first 3 batters all got on base with hits.
And Rose is the fire starter.
Yep.
She's the one that gets them going usually here.
So not a bad spot to be in. 1 out down, though, and nobody on. Curtin tried her best to frame that. That's outside, and it's 1-0. Eagles been able to retire 5 straight here, dating back to the first. There's the 1-0 that catches it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it was coming in on her. She didn't like that one in on the hand, so.
We talked about Maddie there in that first, at least looking a little bit more confident. I think same thing goes for Nagel. I think she's calmed down just a little bit ever since that top of the first.
You want to get the defense playing behind you, too. That always helps.
1-1 ball.
Psychologically, you don't get that, well, I got to, blow it by him. You know that.
Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on here with 1 out down here in the bottom of the third. Carrie Rose, the lead hitter for Valley, is in. Jammed her on the inside. That's 2-2. Carrie really thought about it, but held back.
And I got to think she might come back in again because Rose is not like those two too well that came inside.
Carrie readjusts her helmet and sets back in. Carrie's headed to Drake to play for the Bulldogs in her collegiate career. The 2-2 pitch, slapped hard. Matejski just couldn't quite glove it off the hop.
Yeah,
probably going to be counted as a single for Rose.
That would have had to been.
That had some velo on it as it came off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, and she knocked it down. If it gets under her glove, then that's probably
good
a double.
stop. Yeah, good stop nonetheless. Kind of hit up against her forearm.
Rose, we know she's got some speed, so.
And Campbell Broderick, who singled to right in her first at bat, now comes up. Baseman playing in here a little bit for Dowling. Same thing with the first.
Yeah, Valley might play a little small ball to move the runner. We'll see.
Runner goes. Second base, no play as Rose able to get in safely.
She stole 2 yesterday. There's 1 to go with it today.
Valley came in with 75 stolen bases this season. So no stranger to that.
So now a base knock could tie it up.
And they got the person they want up to bat here to do it. Still just one out down. Roderick shows bunt, gets past the first baseman, but there to recover. They try to go home with it, and
safe. She dove back in.
No, they got her out.
Got her out. Yep.
They're going to say that Rose is out. And that ends the half of the inning. Did she go out of the field of play?
No, I don't think so. She was in the box, but I think she might have caught her coming back.
Coach Bakey's having a quick chat here. We'll let you know what we hear. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the fourth, drama galore here, 3-2. Dowling leads over Valley.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
To the fourth inning we go. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Call stands as we expected, an out.
Yeah, and
to set that up, the hit was to first. Molly Garrison was able to come over from second, make the tag. They sent Rose all the way from second to home, and then Rose kind of tiptoed around Curtin, and Curtin was just barely able to tag her, according to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, because she looked like there was a hole between her hands that she was putting her hand back through there, and he went safe, and then he called her out.
Yeah.
So, but great defensive plays here, shut off Valley, and Dowling has done a good job.
Coach Bakey aggressive. I mean, could have maybe held her, but decided let's try to go get it. And Garrison, who really started that whole big sequence for Dowling, now up to bat here for the Maroons.
Well, and that ball came over to her so quickly.
It was almost perfect.
At first, yeah, she was waiting for it, and so that made a quick throw back.
Slomke outside, going to be 1-1. Garrison flew out in her first at-bat the second inning.
But you go back, we had that double play that ended the inning in the first, then the 1-2-3, and then this last inning. Dowling has just gotten some defensive play going here behind their pitcher.
Bakey keeping with Maddie here. Is Molly Garrison going to try to continue the runs here for Dowling, leading 3-2 in this elimination game. The winner will play the loser of Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk coming up next. That game would then be tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Stick around, our nightcap tonight. Dallas Center Rhymes and Cedar Rapids Kennedy will play their second game of the day in their elimination game. 3-1. And Slomke gets it in there to make it 3-2. Here comes the full count. This one lined right into right field. Not enough for the gap, but enough for a single, and Molly Garrison's on base.
Jordan Huffman came over quickly. I thought it was in the gap more, but she quickly drew a bead on it.
And what have we said? Unfortunately for Valley's defense, yet another first batter of the half inning and another hit.
And the last two, they've been able to get runs going.
Coach Parrott, I believe, is going to make a IMT insurance substitution here. It's actually going to be a new hitter here. This is going to be Frankie Kilty up to bat, the sophomore.
Hitting for the Maroons, number 23.
So Kilty.
She had a couple at bats yesterday. Didn't get a hit, but came on.
So they bring her on with a runner on first base. Kilty coming into the tournament, 20 RBIs, 291 hitter. She lays the bunt, but it goes high in the air, and it's not able to advance the runner.
Well, she didn't lay it, she popped it.
Yeah,
that was the problem. And that's didn't get over the top of it. So a big out for Valley there.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you needed if you're a Valley fan.
Yeah, keep that runner out of scoring position. But then we go to the top of the order.
Top of the order. Abby Johnson, 1 of 2 today, doubled in the first. And she calls time. Dowling's lead hitter this year, 464 average coming in, 13 home runs on the season. Slomke challenges her on her first pitch right down the middle, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, she led things off for Dowling with a double.
The 0-1 lined up the middle, and Rose tried to catch and flip. They'll keep the runner at second. It was going to be a heck of a play if Rose somehow was able to finish that, but she tried an almost catch flip simultaneously, and it doesn't work, and it's going to be 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, that would have been a Sports Center
that would have been quite
play
the play
right there if she made that, but your Wiley senior trying to get that done. And that's another thing, you know, this is the last time these seniors are representing their school.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go
uniform,
out.
So this is the last sport of the season.
Could be the last game for some of these girls. Matejski doubled in her last at-bat. And boy, she gives this a ride. Deep center field. Center fielder roaming back. Catch is made. The runner will tag from second to third. So the sacrifice moves the runner along. Boy, Remick was roaming back, but if the wind was a little bit more to the left, I think maybe it would have gone out. But
yeah, that's their deepest out of the table.
Yeah, stays in the park. So now runners will be at the corners here with 2 outs, and Grace Nagel will be up to bat. As Coach Parrott giving his signals from the third base side.
Well, this would be good defensive stand, too, here for Valley, if they can get out of this with not giving up another run, letting Dowling widen the lead.
Runner takes off to second. They'll give it up. Abby Johnson now up to second, so 2 in scoring position here for Dowling. Frees up first base. Dowling looking for another timely hit here. The 0-1 by Zlomke is outside, and it'll be 1-1. Also, not to mention a big spot here for Ilsa Hervey. Cannot let the ball get behind you, because Dowling, it looks like they're ready to run at the third base side if the moment comes. 1-1. This one skied high. Carrie Rose calls everyone off and makes the grab for out number 3. Dowling leaves 2 on base, cannot score. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Dowling leads over Valley 3-2.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Before she gets in the car, it's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Bottom 4 we go. 7th-seeded Dowling Catholic leads 3-seeded West Des Moines Valley here in this elimination game. 3-2 as we've made it to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ilsa Hervey singled in her last at-bat. She is due up first. Grace Nagel still in the circle. As defense is a little shaky to start, but starting to settle in here as we've moved throughout this one, Dar.
Yeah, they've really come on and had some good plays. And they've given up. When they give up a hit, then they've been able to shut it down and not, for both teams, let that go into a run.
It's worked out well. So Hervey steps up to bat. We talked about it earlier. She homered yesterday for Valley. Umpire is going to come over and have a chat with Coach Parrott here for a second. Maybe, possibly. Hervey's done really well at the catching position today for the Tigers. Now going to try to translate here once again with one for one on the day.
Yeah, nobody on base. She had a 3-run homer yesterday, but if she does it again, it'll be a single.
It's her second home run of the season. Boy, she really thought about taking a swing at that one, and she held back last second to make it 1-0.
She flinched there, didn't she? Yep.
Bottom four here, 3-2. Dowling leading over Valley. Pitch by Nagel. Look out. Whoa. This one's ripped deep right field. That one is out of here, and we are tied. Third homer of the year, and Ilsa Hervey's second home run of the tournament.
This one a solo, but an important one, ties everything up.
3-3, all knotted up here on Triton Field.
You could tell that one coming off the bat. It had enough juice, didn't it?
Well, we had two softball players out there. At least they're dressed like softball players. They got out of the way quick. They wanted to get out of the way of the softball. You think maybe they'd be wanting to see it. That's how I knew that thing was probably gone. And just like that, one swing of the bat, tied at 3 apiece. Sebula steps up to bat here. Sebula takes that one pass by.
Yeah, softball, a little like soccer. Fans, some like the outfield looking into the fence. Others like to be in the stands here. But, pick your viewing position.
Sebula, a sack hit in her first at-bat. 2 balls and no strikes here for Nagel. This is the type of competition you'd expect in an elimination game.
Yeah.
Both teams up on it, giving their best here and do not want to go home. We got foul balls from other fields
rolling
coming
on the other
nets.
field, yeah.
2-0. Chopped foul right down in front at Sebula. Sebula has been busy at third base. Bryn's kind of been everywhere, making big plays for Valley today. Got Lily Finn on deck, who also had that home run yesterday for Valley. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Chopped short. Matejski makes the grab and throws on to first. Boy, she's almost a glove, or a vacuum over there at shortstop. Just able to corral that in and makes the throw easily on to first base for the first out.
Kind of come up a little high on her, but she adjusted.
A little bit of a different bounce.
And she you got that shortstop with the arms, so she knew she had time if she just brought it down.
Here is Lily Finn. Take a crack at it here with nobody on and 1 out. Valley trying to take back the lead that they had in that first inning that didn't live for too long before Dowling was able to tie it right back up.
Yeah, Finn a little unlucky. She hit that hard liner to third base, and then they threw to second for the double play her last time up.
Part of a big inning for Dowling Catholic defensively.
Well, got him rolling into the next 2.
This one line to left, and catch is made out in left field for out number 2. Jesse Jefferson making the play. Routine fly ball, if you will. 2 outs down, and Isla Brower now up to bat. She popped out in her first at-bat today in the second inning. Led off the 1-2-3 inning for Valley on the offensive side. Put them matter what, Valley's got to be happy. No matter what, they've tied it up here.
Yeah. Well, they'd be happier. They get
yeah,
take the lead.
You're always happy if you can take back
the
lead. That is true.
Tying is good. Taking the lead better, but you don't want to be playing from behind.
Count is 1-0 here. 2 outs and nobody on. For Brower on deck, or excuse me, Brower in the box. Boy, pulled the string on her, and it goes 1-1. Nagel's had a couple of those really good pitches here today.
Yeah. Just focus on bringing it in, and then at the right time, just change.
Both pitchers have been through adversity, but they've stuck in, held on.
In there.
Done a really nice job holding serve. Coaches having faith in their starting pitchers to keep rolling with them. This one's chopped short. Nagel on the hop. She'll just toss on to first base for out number 3. Ilsa Hervey knocks one across the fence in right center, and it's got us tied 3-3 as we go to the 5th. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
To the 5th inning we go. Still knotted up now 3-3. Dowling Catholic and Valley in this elimination game. Both teams trying to stay here in Fort Dodge one more day to continue a chance at a state title. Maddie Zlopke able to get it in for strike 1. As Lively Hannawalt up to bat here for the Maroons. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Hannawalt sends it to left. That's going to be down for a single. Half inning and a hit.
Let's lead it off with the,
That is a trend that Valley's going to want to try to get rid of if they get out of here with the win today.
They did it in the first, they did it in the second.
I mean, it's almost, I think it is every inning.
Yeah, they have. Every inning they've gotten on base.
First batter, first bit. This one's dropped down for a bunt. Throw on to first is in time, but it does move the runner over. They try to get the runner at second. Coach Parrott is really just doing the same thing, and if it's working, he's just going to keep doing it.
Keep doing it, yeah.
That was Curtin who was on the sacrifice bunt.
Catch.
Jovi Evans up to bat.
And that was perfectly put down right out front.
Yes.
No chance to go to second.
Evans singled to left in her second at bat. Gonna try to do it again with the runner in scoring position.
Early too. Whoa.
Jovi gives this a ride. Deep center field. Ramich roams back. It's up against the fence line. It's going to roll all the way back into the field of play. Dowling's going to try to go home with it, and it is an RBI for Evans.
London Road took the cutoff there and turned and saw there was no way to throw her out, and that was a wise play. Because if she throws home, then the runner might advance to third on that.
Coach Bakey's going to come to the center, and we'll see if he's going to change pitchers or if he's going to stick with Zlomke here. Score is 4-3. Seems like he's going to stay with his pitcher, just kind of having a chat here.
So we said every inning they've had a leadoff hit.
Yep.
3 of those, they've scored that leadoff runner.
Yeah.
So
at the end of the day,
they've taken advantage of what's out there, and then we'll talk about it, bunting or whatever.
Coach Bakey trying to get a point across to Hervey, the catcher. trying to get his team fired up, wake him back up just a little bit, as it's going to be 4-3. Here's your score. Dowling has retaken the lead. They're going to have a runner on second with one out and down, and it will be Maddie Nagel up to bat. And Coach Parrott has been aggressive. It's paid off. I think that's another thing that Coach Bakey's thinking, they're probably going to try to go home every single time, so why not? Bunt showed again. It did not touch Nagel, but it is a foul.
Yeah, she was trying to bunt that down the third base line, but it bounced back on her.
Evans tried her best to get to third if that was fair.
Yeah, because you got a runner scoring position, still just one out here, so keep trying to advance him. Get a little insurance run there.
0-1. Bunt laid. It is fair. Throw on to first. Not in time. Everybody's safe.
It took a long.
How about that speed by Nagel, and then the bounce was just perfect.
Yeah, and Harvey had to kind of wait. I think she might have thought it was going to bounce and roll back foul, but
never did.
Perfectly laid down bunt.
Molly Garrison now up to bat. She singled in her last at bat, and runners will be at the corners. I'm going to assume Dowling's going to try to steal second here pretty quickly with the speed of Nagel. She goes. They throw to second. They're going to try it again here. Dowling will take it all the way up to second. That's just kind of the what are you going to do?
If she comes too far and you got a chance to tag her, you do, but you cannot give up another run. So,
but Valley was not going to fall victim to what caught him earlier.
But Rowe was smart, and that's your shortstop. She's the kind of the captain out there on defense, and she knew, okay, if it's there early, but if not, we're not going to throw it around.
So now runners on second and third here. Again, just one out down. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and is in there for Zlomke.
At the little chess match there, Coach Bakey calling the pitch out. Dowling responding in a good way for them.
Got one of the quote-unquote newer coaches here. This one's going to be chopped in the foul territory and just off the glove of Lily Finn. Yeah, she could have had it.
Running out of room there, but she catches that, then that changes complexion quite a bit here.
I talked about it coming in, but Dowling since 2012, these two teams have played 38 times. Dowling's only beat Valley 7 times. There's a swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the game for either team. That's the kind of game we've had.
So that changes things. Now you have the number 9 batter coming up, and you can go.
Jessie Jefferson, she did not bat in the 4th. They brought out Frankie Kilty to bat for her. So this is Jefferson, who doubled up the middle in her one and only at bat today. 2 outs down. Valley going to try to get out of here with just giving up 1. The 1-0 pitch, chopped foul down the left field line. It counts even at 1-1. Big spot here for the Maroons, trying to cushion that lead here as we move later into this one. 1-1, and Maddie Zlomke catches the zone to make it 1-2.
Well, I was just thinking they might try to bunt again, but now with 2 strikes.
That's out of the question.
Yeah. It's not totally out of the question, but it's not.
But it's a risk.
But it's, with your number 9 batter, you don't know.
1-2, and again, foul. As just early on it was Jefferson.
You want to beg, borrow, or steal a run there to get that in. They'll add an extra one.
Elimination game here. Winners bracket game coming up next between Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk. Here comes the 1-2 is outside. It'll even it back up at 2-2.
Yeah, a little mini Cinderella with the win over Valley for Southeast Polk.
Trying to keep it rolling.
Now can they keep it going against the number 2 seed?
The winner or the loser of that Centennial Southeast Polk game will play the winner of this game tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Zlomke's upstairs, and a nice little fight back here by Jefferson to make it 3-2. And worth noting that if you load these bases up, Abby Johnson,
the top of the order comes up,
is on deck. Full count. Upstairs, good eye, and the bases go loaded. Gonna have Hervey come out and have a quick chat here with Zlomke. That is the first walk of the day for either team. First strikeout, first walk, and they've come in succession. So the bases are loaded for Abby Johnson. We saw 2 grand slams yesterday in Class 5A. A Dowling grand slam would blow this thing wide open if Abby can get a hold of one. That one's upstairs for ball 1.
And she doubled her first time up. Reached on a fielder's choice.
Zlomke pitched a little bit of yesterday. They brought in Teely Schwigendorf in relief about midway through, and Zlomke a couple straight balls here.
Yeah, kind of keeping it up in the zone a little bit.
Bases juice, 2-0. Johnson just a little outside and fouls it.
Yeah, she was looking at that gap in right center.
Valley trying to keep this thing at just a 1-run game before they go to the bottom of the 5th, but the bases juiced for the Maroons. Here comes the 2-1 to Johnson. Abby chops it short, and it's picked up by Finn. Valley will take that. 3 left on base. They only score 1. Dowling leads, though, 4-3. We'll see in the bottom of the 5th.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/health-powers-life.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Bottom of the 5th, Dowling Catholic leads West Des Moines Valley 4-3.
And they got your 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Zlomke, Huffman, and Rowe due up here for the Tigers.
They've been able to answer here.
Was able to get 1 in the 4th.
With the home run. And
they got those 2 to start in the 1st.
See if they answer here.
Zlomke takes a hack at the first pitch she sees and fouls it down the right field line. Matejski having a quick chat in the infield with Nagel. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way by Nagel. And catches it for strike 1. Another beautiful day here at the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Much cooler yesterday.
Much warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, much cooler. Yeah.
Much cooler.
Than yesterday. I know what you mean.
Temps in the upper 90s yesterday as Lemke takes a swing at that. State tournament brought to you by Farm Bureau.
But, man, we dodged something with that storm going
We
around
did.
here.
We barely dodged those
Harlan
storms
and
yesterday.
Hazel Rogers Complex.
They don't call it Fort Dodge for nothing. No balls and 2 strikes here. Up against Lemke. Pitcher versus pitcher duel. Maddie rips it down to center, and it drops over the head of Matejski and Maddie's. Lemke's on with a single.
Yeah, a little fister off the handle of the bat. Got out there, and Matejski, as good as she is, she couldn't get turned around to get to it.
IMT insurance substitution. Lillian Stamets going to come out and run for Lemke. Just what Valley needed.
Slow looper that found the hole out there. Now here's where Coach Bakey's saying, yeah, you guys, let's go. Our 7 has done it, now 8, 9. Let's keep it going, turn the lineup over.
And now Valley able to respond with a hit in their first at-bat of a half inning. Obviously, Dowling's done it every single half inning today.
See
if they can string them together here with Jordan Huffman.
Let's see if they try to send Lemke.
She shows bunt, and it'll be with Stamets on first. Stamets thought about going to second, holds back there.
Trying to move around somehow.
1-0. There's the bunt. And misplayed. Valley will keep them at first and second, and a slight miscalculation there by Dowling on the infield has Valley on first and second with nobody out. Probably going to put that down as an error, you'd assume.
Error or a single?
Say it was misplayed, so probably an error. Yep. Dowling's going to have a chat here within the infield. Coach Parrott stays in the dugout.
That would be the first error of the day for
kind of new territory here for Dowling defensively with no outs. Valley trying to keep that pressure up. As London Rowe comes up to bat. She's 0 for 1 today.
Might see another bunt.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, try to advance those runners, help you out a little bit more. Continue playing a little bit of small ball.
Runner at second is key. That's the tying run.
Dowling's brought everybody in here on the infield. At least the first and third baseman. There's the bunt.
Beauty.
Picked up. They tried to go to third, and she's safe.
Not a bad play with the force there.
No, but Dowling tried to get
so
aggressive.
Quick, yeah.
Yep, it was going to have to be a lightning quick release, and it just wasn't
not
there.
a bad play, but yeah. The runner got a quick off the ball. So now loaded up, no outs, and Carrie Rose coming to the plate.
Carrie Rose comes up to bat. Coach Parrott's going to come out to the center.
It's someone who, you know, is patient to the plate, get some hitting there with your leadoff. So just a single or even a deep fly will tie it up. And of course, Valley'd want more than that, but
bases are loaded, nobody out, and Carrie Rose, who is 2 for 2 today, steps up to bat.
2 singles. She had a double yesterday.
And unbelievably, with the numbers that we've seen out of Carrie, 0 home runs in 2026. Some say there's no better time than the present. If you're a Valley fan, you're hoping. Infield again playing in as Nagel throws one right down.
Yeah, and your leadoff usually is you want them on base. You know, they don't call them much to hit it deep, but you want to hit the gaps, and they're thinking too, possibly squeeze.
In the grand scheme of things for the home runs we've seen in Class 5A, Valley lower, only 30 this year. Rose takes a big slap, and it goes 0-2. Nagel would love to get one of them on her own.
Yeah, they infield in. They're looking to cut that run off at the plate.
Yeah, no matter what, they're going home with this ball.
Because it's just a force, so you don't got to tag.
And I believe it should still be Stamets over there on third. So
And that was a thinking, too, on that bunt is going to third. But
Lillian's going to have to get on her high horse here if it's going to be a play at home. Curtin, the catcher. 0-2. Rose went out to get it, but it's off the glove of Nagel. They're going to have to go to first to at least get one out, but nonetheless, we are tied. Boy, I feel like Dar, if she might have been able to glove that, there might have been a play at home.
Yeah, probably would, although she's coming off to her left to play that. It wasn't, because of the bunt, or the chopper, it wasn't hitting real super hard, So
the runners go to second and third. Campbell Broderick, who singled in the first and lined out in the third. Now up to bat with runners on second and third with one out down. She shows bunt. Here comes the runner home. Do they get her? No, they don't. Runners will be at the corners with still just one out, and Valley has the lead 5-4.
Well, that was tough with the little pitch there because that was a tag situation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because so.
Ilsa Hervey, homer in her last at-bat. She's 2 for 2 on the day, has got runners at the corners. Valley with new life here, now leading 5-4. Hervey shows bunt, and another run scores. They throw to first. They do get Hervey, but Valley now leads 6-4 on the sacrifice bunt.
So different from yesterday when they were hitting homers. Now they're going small ball.
Well, and when you had no outs to start this barrage, it's kind of expected. That's 3 runs now in the 5th. So they're going to check here with the umpires here is if there was possession of the ball.
Yeah, over at first.
Over on first. So maybe this won't be an out. We'll wait and see. Boy, if not, you're going to have runners on first and second with still just one out. She is out. Coach Bakey just checking, giving his opinion. So it is one out, or it is now 2 outs. So runners just going to be on second.
I'm sorry, Hervey?
That was Hervey.
Okay.
Who was out at first base. Sibula had a sacrifice in the first and popped out in the 4th.
How about Hervey? You go from hitting a home run to bunting.
Yeah, still bringing in a run.
Do whatever it takes.
Valley's lead now 6-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Not about time to take the lead, putting the pressure on here. What a response here by the Tigers. Here comes the 1-0.
Well, those big blast home runs are okay. What can you do about that? But this is death by paper cuts here. Just
this
bunt,
is about
bunt,
as hard
bunt.
as it comes by.
That's tough on a defense because you're trying to make those plays, and it's just perfectly
so
executed
quick.
Bunts.
So quick in the infield, and they just haven't been there. Needed a couple breaks to go their way. 2-0 pitch. That one out to right field, and it's going to be foul. I thought might have just barely caught the other side of that white line.
No.
And barely foul.
And if it is fair, that's going to score a run at least because it was going to be over to the corner because the right fielder on the horse, but wasn't going to get there in time.
And Bryn this season has 2 triples, so she maybe could have legged it out. Outside, 3-1. Coach Parrott sticking with Grace Nagel here, trying to let her work herself out of it.
Well, really, again, that's the perfectly laid down bunt, so nothing that she's.
And you got 2 outs. You just need one more to get out of this half inning.
It's not like they've been jacking her out.
No.
Yeah, it's like.
3-1 by Nagel. Is low. And a walk. Runners will be at first and second with still 2 outs. And now Lily Finn, who brought up home run power, steps up to bat.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 22.
One more batter, and Valley has batted it around.
She had a 3-run homer yesterday.
So 2 outs, runner on first and second here. 6-4, Valley now leading Dowling. Boy, they show bunt. And now a possible, nope, everybody goes back.
She fell at first. But
Sibula took a hard dive as she took off from first base and planted herself, but Dowling didn't do anything with it because they didn't want to give up a chance to run to third.
Yeah,
it is a strike.
I just wondered, but okay. Things have got a little crazy here, haven't they?
Well, you know Dowling's still on edge here. 0-1 is low, going to make it 1-1.
Yeah, because, I mean, they've been playing great defensively since that first inning, and now, you know, the only run they gave up was that home run.
But offensively, you put up 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, so you got to feel pretty good about this next half inning coming up. There's a good pitch by Nagel, going to make it 1-2 as Grace tries to get out of this half inning and get the offense back up to hit. Lily Finn, the first baseman. It's been busy today here for the Tigers on the defensive end. Trying to help them out here offensively with 2 on. 1-2. Finn swings and misses for strike 3. 2 left on, but 3 score. Valley has the lead as we go to the 6th. 6-4 is your score. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
Number 3, bottom of the 5th inning for
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Top 6 we go. Valley responds in a big way. It's 6-4. The Tigers lead over Dowling in this elimination game. Only a couple more chances here for both these two teams. And now all the pressure shifts to the Maroons, who have had a steady offense, but not 3 runs in an inning like we just saw Valley.
Well, and for Valley, and most of those balls were hit right out in front of the plate. You know, didn't go very far, but it's tough when you get the runners on and you make a good bunt. So let's see, if they can respond here.
Kylie Matejski now up to bat here.
She's had a double, a sacrifice, a fly out, so 1 for 2.
1 ball and no strikes here to start the at-bat.
Dowling's been known to get on base to lead off the
yes.
in this game.
Every single opening at-bat of each half inning for Dowling has ended up with a batter up on first base with a hit. We'll see if that trend continues. Quickly, 2 balls and no strikes here. Slomke misses low and it's 3-0. And I guess it doesn't have to be a hit. You can take the walk and get on first base too if you're down
right now, because you need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead back.
Here comes the 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, sitting dead red on that one all the way.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's the teams that are playing or what, but this parking lot here back to our left, much more filled in than it was yesterday. 3-1, chop foul, and it will go full at 3-2.
Well, yeah, some of the fans for that next game, Centennial Southeast Polk, arriving now probably, or are here getting ready.
It's going to be a fun one. Southeast Polk trying to play spoiler once again. The winner of this game will play the loser of that game coming up next. For these two teams, obviously if you win, thankfully you don't have to play 2 in a game. This one launched to deep left, and that one is out of here. Kylie Matejski continues the trends of the first batter of the inning, sends it out to left field, and just like that, we're back within 1.
Yeah, but they didn't have to wait long to get her around because that was boom. So
that wind blustery out to left field, and Matejski with her 5th home run of 2026, making it 6-5.
Well,
Dowling they won't go away.
Part of the goal was to get some more excitement in with these, consolation bracket or loser bracket. It's happening right here on this side anyway.
So now Grace Nagel up to bat. She's 0 for 3 today. And outside for ball 1.
And what better time to get your first?
Absolutely.
You know, what the heck?
And these pitchers, both coaches letting these pitchers roll through the highs and lows of today's game. That's been so back and forth as this one's fouled back.
Well, you mentioned it. It took a long time to get any walks and then strikeouts, but
and we went back to back on that.
It's just been hitting and a lot of good defense, and so why take her out of the circle?
Right.
Either way.
1-1. Maddie able to get it in there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Nagel had a notion on that one, but a little too high, I think. Dropped late.
Lively Hannawalt on deck. This one lined past Rose and down for a single. Grace Nagel gets her first hit of the day.
Dare I say the tying run at first base, no outs.
And that's back-to-back hits here to start this half inning. Valley puts up that 3 spot, but the defense also trying to do their job. Looks like we're going to have an IMT insurance substitution coming in. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Lexi Dolan, the freshman, will come on and run. She's got 6 stolen bases coming into the state tournament. Here's Lively Hannawalt. A bunt and a single today, plus a pop out.
Not a bad hitter. Single lead off the 5th and scored.
Yep.
So.
Not a bad hitter to have up to bat. With the runner on first. Infield playing in, and Hannawalt was ready to swing for the fences.
Catches a screen and the press box.
She fouled that one back. Oh, and 1. There's the bunt. Perfectly placed in front of the plate. They try to get the runner back at second.
And snap throw down, yeah.
Lexi Dolan able to jump back on the bag, but it does advance the runner. And Alex Curtin up to bat. A single in the second, reached on an error in the third, and then a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. Catcher's been busy today.
And a hit here could tie it up.
Yep, with the runner in scoring position. Boy, how many times has Dowling had a runner in scoring position today?
A lot. When they've got those runners on, they've been able to move them around. And that last inning, Valley did a great job of that. You know, with the
Kylie Matejski sends one over the fence, over and left to get it back within 1 here in the top of the 6th. Dowling not content. That one bounces off Hervey's mask. It'll be 0-1.
And you and I are closer to it because we cover all these games at Valley, Dowling, all these things. It's always
close.
Back and forth.
Always close.
Yeah.
This season, Valley took the first game in just a single game, 9-2, and then they split the doubleheader back on June 17th. Valley won 5-2. Dowling won 10-2. Really, the last time they had a close game was July 10th of 2024, and it was a 4-3 game. Slomke misses for a 1-1. Jovi Evans up next. She's got 2 hits today. This one launched to deep center. Ramich rolling back and making the grab. Runner tags up and on to third base with 2 outs down for Dowling Catholic.
Center field for out number 2.
So Evans up to bat here.
And runner at third, and seen Hervey's been pretty solid. There hasn't been a lot of low balls. They've been more high here, so getting that ball through on a wild pitch or pass ball has not been an issue. But if that does happen, you get a chance to tie it up.
Takes a hard swing at the first pitch she sees, and it's 0-1.
Slomke says, nah. She's going to.
Jovi's looking at she's looking at the fence out there.
Yeah.
Wants to tie this thing up. Takes another hard swing. 0-2. Slomke's doing a really nice job here in the circle here with 2 straight changeups, and it's 0-2 with 2 outs.
So she somehow flipped up the scouting report on him.
Here comes the 0-2. Chopped foul. Nope, they're going to say it was a strikeout that works, or a hit. It was enough for a hit. So lined out right there, and it'll be 6-5. Dowling does put up 1 thanks to the bat of Kylie Matejski. 6-5. We'll see at the bottom of the 6th.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here.
Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health, expert care focused on you.
So a new spot here for Valleydar for the first time since the first inning. They got the lead.
Playing with a lead,
Going here into this bottom of the 6th, 6-5. In a perfect world, this is the last time they're up to bat.
Yeah, but also it can't be like soccer where you go into slow it down and say, okay, because you know that, that Dowling can score again, too. So if you have a chance, you want to put another run up there.
Valley wants to keep things rolling here, maybe cushion the lead a little bit.
You don't want to just take the ball to the corner and work it around and try to run out the clock because there is no clock here.
They put up 3 in that last half inning. Thanks to a bunch of bunts and good bunts at that. Really put Dowling in a couple jams. Isla Brower, the left fielder, will be up first. As Valley has the 6-5 advantage, but like I said, no run, no lead is safe here at the state tournament as they will try to cushion it here and help that defense out before we head to the 7th. The first pitch is low for Nagel. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes here for Nagel. Good response coming back to make it 1-1. Valley came into the state tournament 8 losses on the year. Lost to Fort Dodge, Waukee Northwest a couple times, Ankeny Centennial a couple times, lost to Roosevelt, and Dowling thrown in there. And then also a loss to Waukee. Been through the ringer in the CIML. It's an all CIML bottom of the bracket here, with Waukee Northwest being the lone Ranger up to the north side of the bracket. 2-1. This one chopped short, thrown on the hop.
Oh, handcuffed Garrison, but she did a good job to pull it out of the belly there and make the play.
Garrison's had a couple nice plays today for Dowling.
Of course, at second, you know you got a little more time because you're closer there, but nice recovery on that.
Exactly what Dowling needed to see. Maddie Zlomke now up to bat. She singled up the middle in her last at-bat. She's 1 of 2 today.
And she came around to score as part of that 3-run. Yep.
Gives this a ride to center. Dowling's underneath of it. 1 pitch, 1 out there. Nagel's the one making the grab.
And I talked about this, bottom of the order coming through, and they did in that last inning. And but here now Dowling off to the good start that they want. And this inning is
this is about as
they get the 1, 2, 3 come in the 7th. And
about as good as you've hoped. Jordan Huffman reached on an error. Coach Bakey's going to have a chat with her. And that'll allow Curtin and Nagel to also chat here in the circle. Getting down to it here, one of 2 elimination games left here today in Class 5A. Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk on the winner's side of the bracket coming up after this one. I believe 5:45 scheduled time, and then the nightcap slated to start at 8 o'clock Dallas Center Grimes and Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
Wait, I got to stay up till 8 o'clock?
Past 8 o'clock.
Past 8 o'clock.
Those two
we were last night.
Those two faced off in the first matchup in the first round, where Dallas Center Grimes took care of Kennedy 3-1. And that was a good game.
Yeah,
so
and,
stick with us.
And again, it doesn't guarantee that
No,
you're going to do it
not
in the
at all.
second game. Although Dallas Center Grimes looked pretty solid, gave up 4 to Northwest, but ended up losing 4-1. That was the first inning, and then didn't give up after that.
Northwest in their 2 games so far, nothing flashy, but enough where you're like, man, they're going to be so hard to beat.
Well, and you got the solid pitcher there that doesn't give you
later.
much. So
0-1, this one line right to Matejski, 3 up, 3 down, and 3 more outs for Dowling to try to tie or take the lead and extend the game. Don't go away. Top 7 coming up. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Top 7 we go. Final chances for Dowling Catholic. They trail Valley 6-5. The winner plays tomorrow and holds on here in the state tournament. The loser, unfortunately, headed home. Will the trend continue, Dar? Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Every single start of the inning for Dowling Catholic today has resulted in a hit.
Yep.
We'll see if it continues. It will be Maddie Nagel up first. She is 2 for 3 today from what I've got. Bottom of the order here. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the Maroons. Valley plays in to start. And Maddie Zlomke still in the circle, trying to go a full game here for the Tigers. And Nagel calls time to start.
Zonke went to a lot of off-speed stuff that last inning and to get out of it, and we'll see what she does here.
First pitch, Nagel takes a hard swing and a miss for strike 1. Valley came in the 3 seed, fell short to Southeast Polk in a marathon 13-8 yesterday. In a way, today's kind of been the same thing, just a lot of runs, defense just trying to hang on. Nagel on the 0-1. That's going to drop, and the trend continues.
Just to end of the bat, Nubber into left field. Yeah, they did it again.
So that does drop for a single, and Dowling is on with 1. And Molly Garrison slated to be up next. Looks like they're going to go with Garrison here. It is Frankie Kilty on deck instead of Jesse Jefferson. We'll see if Dowling just goes with the bunt to advance the runner. Here's the bunt. Down it goes. They throw on to first. They get the out. Coach Parrott says, we'll take it. Small ball it is. Runner in scoring position on the sacrifice bunt. Remember, Dowling just needs 1 to extend this game into the bottom of the 7th. And here comes Frankie Kilty.
2 at bats yesterday, did not get a hit.
Bunted into an out in her lone at bat today. One good hit ties this game at 6 and extends Dowling's season just a little bit longer for these seniors. First pitch is outside for Zlomke. What an up and down game this has been for both teams. Neither team wanting to go home. 1-0, and just a little early on that one to make it 1-1. Addie Nagel up on second base. Here comes the 1-1. This one chopped right to Rose. Couldn't have scripted it any better.
Yeah, Nagel could see that wasn't going far, so she stayed close to the bag.
So that's the
Down
pop
to the
out.
final out.
And here we go to the top of the batting order, Abby Johnson. She doubled in the first, reached on an error in the fourth, and then popped out in the second and the fifth. And Coach Bakey will come out to his infield here to have a chat before they reach the biggest batter of the day.
He's got the big board with him, too.
He does. Ready to roll once again.
That big board where he charts everything.
And if you're Dowling, depending if Abby gets a hit, how aggressive do you be to possibly send Nagel, who's going to be up on second? Do you try to hold at third, or do you just automatically say, you got the green light, let's go home?
That's where you read, with your experience, you read it over there. That coach is, you've seen a lot, and you kind of read where it is, because you don't want to make the last out at home.
Yes. On a send that wasn't really necessary.
When you got Kylie Matejski coming up, and she just jacked one out of the park in her last at bat, so.
I'm glad I'm not a coach.
Yeah.
So Nagel up on second, 2 outs. Dowling's down to their last out. Johnson lines it back up the middle, caught on the hop. Throw to first is in time. Valley survives and advances to the next round in the elimination round. They defeat Dowling 6-5 in a wild back and forth affair.
And Dowling went down swinging, as it were. That one that's almost in the hole far enough. It had to be a great throw. And, a lot of respect for these two teams playing against each other.
A heck of a ball game between these two rivals. And Valley gets away with a victory in a phenomenal softball game, about what you expect out of an elimination game. We will send it down to the field for our awards presentation for the Dowling Catholic Maroons as they send them off for another successful tournament for Coach Parrott and his group.
Please direct your attention to the infield for the awards ceremony. In addition to receiving medals, every participating player will receive a commemorative softball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Title sponsor, the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting the awards are representatives from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At this time, we would like to congratulate Dowling Catholic and head coach Brent Parrott on an outstanding softball season. And now we'd like to recognize today's pitch star of the game from West Moines Valley, Ilsa Hervey. This standout performance earned her the honor of advancing the team on the bracket. Thanks to pitch star for their support of the Iowa Girls High School.
So a big win for the Valley Tigers to advance on to the next round of the elimination side of the bracket. They will face whoever loses this next game between Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk tomorrow at Wednesday at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Final thoughts, Dar, on this one. Another phenomenal duel between these two rivals.
Yeah, and it was kind of in doubt till late innings here, and Valley did just enough to hold them off. And Dowling, phenomenal, getting all those runners on to lead off. Yeah. But, just a great matchup.
Valley wins 6-5. They're off to tomorrow. Dowling Catholic's tournament comes to an end. They bow out the season at 20-18. Valley moves to 34-9. For everyone on our entire production crew, he's Dar Danielson. I'm Blake Walker saying so long. We'll be back with Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk in just a little bit. You've been watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do